With Vladimir Putin's extravagant $200 billion life, Vladimir Putin seemed to possess every honor he could possibly wish for as one of the most powerful and well-known on Earth. But as it turns out, the nearly 70-year-old Russian ruler has accomplished more than just commanding respect and dread on a global scale. Yes, the richest guy on the planet may very well be the man who invaded Ukraine and claims to be a national hero of Russia. The modern Russian president is perfectly content among the wealthiest of the rich, possessing super yachts and aircraft fleets that would make even the wealthiest millionaire shiver. How much money does he exactly possess? And more importantly, how does he spend it all? This will be the main concern in this video. Hang on till the end, this video is really interesting. To what extent is he wealthy? Official sources from the Kremlin state that the president's meager $140,000 annual salary is his only source of income. Furthermore, the state praises the president's humility by claiming that he simply lives in an 800-square-foot apartment, has 3 automobiles and only 1 trailer for journeys. How come he is one of the richest guys on the planet then? You know, Putin appears to be one of those individuals who only occasionally displays his true wealth and power, much like some of the leaders who came before him. The Russian president was valued at more than $200 billion in 2017, according to testimony given before the US Senate by Wall Street banker and former investor in Russia Browder. If accurate, that figure would propel him into the same league as Bezos, Musk, and Bill Gates. And he may as well surpass them completely when growth is considered. However, how can a politician who has spent the last 30 years in the government system manage to defeat investors and entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley? As it happens, Putin's enormous fortune is being fueled by the same mechanism that made previous rulers wealthy: the absolute power in politics. As you can see, Bill Browder revealed to the Senate in the previously mentioned testimony just how Putin made his money. He later stated to CNN that Putin's visible watch collection is worth multiples of his official salary. The wealth came as a result of extortion and massive theft from state funds. Actually, the watch that he has been spotted wearing in public alone is worth about $700,000 in current currency, or almost 6 times his pay annually. But let's get back to the main point. Practically all Russian academics and criminologists believe that Putin made his wealth by using his political influence to acquire substantial quantities of personal property and real estate. In actuality, he has been able to conceal his wealth because he has all of his enormous assets owned through his office rather than having his name directly on them. He doesn't have any money in his own name, as how Browder stated it. That gives us an idea of how much money he has. So, with such a huge wealth, how does he actually spend it? Let's start with the item we just discussed, his car collection. Putin is hardly one to be found cruising around in a Rolls-Royce or Mercedes. As a loyal president, he is interested in Russian-made cars. He therefore drives an Urus Senate limousine, which he himself commissioned, on a daily basis. Russia's version of a Rolls-Royce, the vehicle is constructed in accordance with the Federal Protective Service's specifications and has numerous offensive, defensive, and life-saving features. Equipped with luxurious interiors, reverse doors, and a potent V12 engine. This specific model is bulletproof and bomb-proof. In addition to these, he reportedly has collector's editions and dozens of other foreign vehicles. Next up, yachts. Regardless of Russia's cold climate and nearly constant winter, its leader owns 4 opulent yachts. The most opulent of them all is Graceful, which sleeps up to 14 people in its 6 spacious, opulent staterooms. There's also a helipad and plenty of leisure areas. Another vessel in Putin's collection is the yacht the Seagull, which he officially owns. It's a $40 million floating house that spans 177 feet and is utilized for pleasure adventures. Putin owns the Olympia, a different yacht. This $35 million boat was lovingly given to him by Russian billionaire and former CEO of Chelsea Football Club, Roman Abramovich. The final one is the Rosier. Putin spent an extravagant $1.5 billion upgrading it. One can only imagine the opulence that exists behind closed doors. His collection of expensive watches. It makes sense that Putin, as a leader, would desire to own the greatest accessories. Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar, the oldest Swiss watchmaker in the world, Patek Philippe, created a pure handcrafted gold watch that has a value worth over $60,000. The president has been spotted wearing watches. An A. Lange & Söhne Turbograph watch worth $500,000 is also among them. and those are only two of the many watches he probably possesses in the dozens. Furthermore, a watch alone cannot create a whole. He also has a passion for designer clothing, pricey clothing. Regarding his wardrobe, Putin has quite particular tastes. A report claims that Putin has a preference for custom-made outfits that are made just for him. Furthermore, Putin always orders his outfits from the same clothing firm, where the same tailor works on each suit for weeks, as later confirmed by the Russian news source, Russia Beyond. And what is the price of these suits? Well, each of these suits cost 5,000 euros back in 2015, when the article was published. Last but not least, private aircraft. The president of Russia places the utmost importance on traveling in style and comfort. That's why he prefers the lavishly decorated Russian Il-96 300 PU. Putin is the owner of 3 of these. Furthermore, despite having been built during the Soviet era, a modern aircraft with identical characteristics and specifications would cost about $300 million. This has a lavish master bedroom with golden fixtures in the bathroom. That brings us to the end of this video. If you love to watch more videos on more interesting luxury facts, stay with us to watch our next interesting video.